People think they know James Bond the moment he appears. They see calm first, they see control. They see someone who looks like he belongs anywhere he stands. He feels familiar right away. He knows where to sit, he knows how to speak, he knows when to stop talking. Nothing about him seems rushed or unsure. People often decide what he is very quickly. They call him confident, they call him smooth, they call him charming. The room seems to agree without checking. That explanation feels easy. It fits what people want to see. It lets them relax around him. Bond does not ask many questions. He does not share much. He listens just enough. He smiles when it works. He keeps his voice steady. He does not look lost in new places. He does not look impressed either. He acts as if he has seen all of this before. This makes people feel safe at first. He does not need help. He does not need reassurance. He seems to handle things on his own. People assume this means he is open. They assume it means he is comfortable. They assume it means he is easy to know. But that assumption is thin. It only describes how he moves, not where he stands. Bond is present without settling. He joins the moment without staying inside it. He offers just enough to keep things smooth. He does not explain himself. He does not linger on feelings. He keeps conversations light and clean. People mistake this for ease. They think things are simple because nothing feels awkward. What they miss is how little of him is actually there. He gives the room something polished, not something personal. Because he looks relaxed, people stop looking closer. Because he sounds sure, people stop listening for gaps. The recognition happens fast. Too fast, it feels complete before it really is. Bond fits into the room so well that no one notices what he keeps to himself. He becomes familiar without becoming known. So people think they understand him right away. They feel certain about who he is. And that certainty stays even when there is very little behind it. When Bond enters a room, nothing stops. The room keeps going, but the tone changes a little. People notice him without meaning to. He does not take up space loudly. He does not demand attention. Still, eyes move toward him and then away again. People begin to adjust. They sit straighter. They choose their words more carefully. Some speak less. Some speak more than they planned. Bond does not cause this on purpose. He stays calm. He stays polite. He does not react to the shift. Because he seems so comfortable, others become less sure of themselves. They check how they sound. They wonder if they are saying the right thing. He listens without leaning in. He responds without opening up. His answers are clean and finished. This creates a quiet tension, not fear, not pressure, just a sense that something is being held back. Some people try to impress him. They tell better stories. They laugh a little louder. They want a sign that they are doing well. Others pull away. They feel there is no place for them to step closer. They sense a line they should not cross. Bond does not draw that line. It is already there. He keeps things moving smoothly. He helps moments pass without friction. He removes discomfort instead of sharing it. That makes the room easier, but also thinner. People feel included, but not invited. Heard, but not met. The interaction works, but it does not land. No one can point to what feels off. Nothing goes wrong. Still, something never quite arrives. The discomfort stays quiet. It does not interrupt the moment. It settles underneath it, unnoticed until later. This behavior is very common in real life. It appears in people who know how to move through situations without friction. They know how to speak so things stay calm. They know how to keep moments from becoming heavy. It is the person who arrives already adjusted. They do not need time to warm up. They do not need help settling in. They seem ready the moment they enter. They know how to greet others without being too much. They know how to listen without getting pulled in. They know how to answer without opening anything up. Conversations with them feel easy. Nothing drags, nothing gets stuck. There is always a smooth way forward. They are good at timing. They know when to speak. They know when to stop. They know when to leave a pause and when to fill it. People often feel relieved around them. There is no pressure, no awkward silence, no sudden emotion. This kind of person is often described as professional or charming or composed. The word changes, but the feeling stays the same. They rarely talk about themselves in a way that lasts. They share facts, not weight, details, not direction. Others notice this, but not right away. At first, it feels polite, it feels respectful, it feels clean. Over time, people realize they still don't know them. Not their worries, not their doubts, not what stays with them after they leave the room. But because everything feels fine, no one pushes. There is no clear moment to ask for more. This pattern shows up often at work. These are the people who handle meetings well. They keep things on track. They help conversations end on time. They are appreciated for this. They are trusted with responsibility. They are invited again. It also shows up in social settings. They are good guests, good company. They make things flow. People feel comfortable introducing them to others. They fit in easily. In closer relationships, the pattern takes longer to notice. Things feel stable, calm, predictable. There are no big arguments, no sharp breaks, no moments that force attention. But something stays just out of reach. Conversations return to the surface. Feelings are mentioned briefly, then set aside. The person is always present, but never lingering, always listening, but never resting there. Others begin to adjust without meaning to. They stop waiting for depth. They stop opening certain topics. They learn what kind of connection is available. They accept it quietly. Sometimes this is excused as independence, sometimes as privacy, sometimes as strength. The explanation changes depending on who is watching. What stays the same is the distance. Not obvious, not dramatic, just consistent. The behavior repeats because it works. It keeps things clean. It avoids discomfort. Nothing breaks, nothing demands change. So it continues, from room to room, from group to group, from relationship to relationship. The person remains liked, respected, often admired, but known only in pieces. And because everything feels fine, no one stops to ask what never quite formed. After the interaction ends, nothing feels wrong. The conversation finishes cleanly. People say goodbye easily. The moment closes without friction. Later, there is a faint feeling that is hard to place. It is not disappointment. It is not sadness. It feels more like something unfinished. People think back on the interaction without trying to. They remember how smooth it was, how easy it felt, how nothing went off track. They also notice how little stayed with them. There is no line that repeats in their head, no detail that asks to be held. They may feel slightly tired even though nothing was difficult, or slightly empty even though nothing was taken. When they see James Bond again, the feeling returns quietly. The same ease, the same polish, the same distance. People already know how it will go. They relax into that knowledge. They do not expect surprises. The interaction works again, just as smoothly, just as cleanly. Over time, this becomes familiar. Bond becomes someone people recognize easily but think about briefly. He is remembered as pleasant, as capable, as someone who handled things well. There is no conflict to resolve, no misunderstanding to clear up, nothing sharp enough to talk about. So nothing changes. People do not confront the distance because it does not hurt. It does not interrupt their day. Bond moves on to the next room, the next conversation, the next place where things will work just as well. The pattern repeats without friction, without discussion, without end. What remains is not a memory, but a feeling that fades quickly, like a conversation that closed neatly and left no mark. And because everything feels fine, the pattern continues. Until next time, you've probably seen this one before.